Lock them and load them. Lock them and load them. It's going to be special. It's going to be really special.
There's the Euro boys. There they are, back on American Wi-Fi, back in popsicle polos. Look at you.
Is that
rocket ship?
It might be one of my favorite Giuseppe D polos of all time.
That's a great. I mean, but listen, a polo like that, you're only wearing 2 days out of the year. You're wearing that Memorial Day, 4th of July. That's it.
Not our Joseph Bear Down.
Well, 4th of July. That's very acceptable. It's patriotic.
Yeah,
I like
but
it. I like it, Joe.
I could see me going. I could see me going to Factors with him week 1 of the NFL, and he shows up there. No. I could see him doing it. I mean, look,
it's a summer shirt.
It's not a winter shirt.
Certainly got the season right there, Joe. Definitely.
Joe, I got a question for you. This is kind of random, but I just went to thaw a steak. Okay. Who's to protect? Is there some type of organization to protect companies from saying that a steak is Wagyu when it's not? Because the steak I have doesn't look Wagyu. You know what I mean? Like, is there somebody, like, can't anybody just put Wagyu on there?
No.
I'm sure they could,
but who's to protect?
Not everybody makes a sneaker can put a Nike check on it and call it Nike, Bob. It's the same thing.
Right, but there's got to be some type of regulation. Something's got to be. I mean, because you could think then they could just kind of price gouge.
By the way, Bob, there's varying levels of if you're Wagyu, there's varying levels. So there's A1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So it could be a very low level Wagyu. So it still would be in the classification of a Wagyu steak, but it's going to have a much different differentiation of marbleization, fat content than an A5 would, to the point where
A5 is what you're looking
at.
Yeah,
A5 is going to look like a night and day different steak than something that's low level. You could even have something that's prime, that's very good, but it doesn't mean that it's, so yes, it's like saying, I mean, I'm sure the steak that you have has been labeled correctly, Bob. It's probably not a very high-end steak.
I'm just making sure. Well, but if it's labeled correctly, it should be Wagyu, no?
Bob, I just explained to you. There's different levels of Wagyu. Like I'm trying to think of how could I explain? Like I'm trying to think of another.
I think Bob is saying there needs to be some types of checks and balances on the Wagyu.
Well, maybe there should be like a crash course in like what you're buying before you just go and throw your money to the dogs at the grocery store.
Throws it right.
But you know what the sick thing is? The sick thing is that he didn't even pay for that steak. I guarantee you it was given to him.
Oh,
not even an issue. And meanwhile, he's complaining about the marbleization that it shouldn't be classified.
Joe, you know what's amazing?
Not wrong.
You know what's amazing?
Is that I'm right?
It's the steaks that Joe brought over for a party that I had. I swear to you. Is that amazing?
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Complaining about, how many people would be grateful to get
that's
free
not,
Wagyu.
Don't go there. I'm just asking for the
Bear Down
Wagyu.
would be thrilled to have some Wagyu steaks to share with Dom. And meanwhile, this guy's complaining that the classification is not an A5.
Not fair. I think that's totally taken out of context.
I don't know if it is.
I just want to be assured that
listen, I think there are
checks
some.
I
think checks and balances. I think I had a Wagyu not too long ago, and it was really good. But I got to be honest, the levels like Joe was talking about, A1 to A5. A5 is what you're looking for, but I mean, you're talking really, really top end imported cuts. You'll know when you look at it. It doesn't look like when you get a steak in the package, it's got like that real deep red color. Like an A5 Wagyu has got so much marbleized fat, it's more like a pinkish color, Joe. Am I right? Like in the packaging as opposed to like a deep red?
It's not red. It's almost like a pinkish white.
Yeah.
And I will say this too. Any company that's sending specialized steaks, they're not sending A5 steaks, because if you're getting A5 Wagyu, you're getting it from the distributor, from the supplier. You're not going to have a third party like a Cousins for Maine Lobster, but for beef that's sending out A5 steaks. It's just not going to happen.
Wow.
I'm making it. I'm not talking about Cousins. I'm saying like a company like that specializes in something. Like they are in lobster. If you had another company that's in beef,
allegedly,
and I don't know who sent you that, but they're not going to send you A5. You're not going to get A5.
Did you ever hear the story of me, Fat Perez, the Jet, and this girl that I was seeing at the time went to Cut Steakhouse to go visit Cutsy, And the chef is, I love the chef. He's the nicest guy. He's just
yeah,
terrific.
I remember interacting with him. I forget where.
And
via Joe. He was a nice guy.
The chef didn't know that Fat Perez does. By the way, Fat Perez right now is eating chorizo tacos on July 4th that he just
he's tough.
He didn't know that Fat Perez doesn't eat anything, yet alone steak. So the chef is sending out A5 Wagyu. He's sending out lobster, everything. And the girl that I was with barely eats. Right. You know, Jet doesn't really know what he's eating. He just goes at it. So I didn't want to embarrass the chef. And Perez ate. He doesn't eat. He doesn't eat much. So I had to consume a sickening amount of food.
What a shame, Bob. You had to put down
Michelin
star food down your gullet. What an absolute tragedy.
No, but Perez has a palate for liquids. Solids, we're still working on that. So
he just sent a picture on July 4th. He's eating chorizo tacos on July 4th.
He's obsessed with these chorizo tacos.
He loves chorizo. Chorizo's good, but I mean on July 4th, I mean
that's the most. There's 5 things this guy eats. Pizza, and it's only got to be cheese pizza.
And you know what?
Don't touch any other pizza. Cheese pizza, chicken fingers. Yep. Okay,
also
chicken
good.
fingers. He'll do. He does that shrimp boil that Ann Cole does. He likes that. And then the chorizo tacos. It's like 4 things that he will eat. We we went for dinner at a nice
the shrimp boil.
The shrimp boil, yeah. The shrimp boil made the list, shockingly enough. But we went for dinner at this high-end restaurant in Boston. In Boston, we go to this nice restaurant. Last night we're there. He opens the menu. I cannot, Bob, I'm not making this up. He opens the menu. He looks at it, scans it over, closes the menu, puts it down. I said, Perez, what are you going to order? He's like, this place is not for me. The server came up to him. He said, what will you be eating? He's like, I will take a bourbon and a piece of bread. And the guy is the biggest guy at the table is eating a piece of bread with butter and 2 bourbons.
Man of simple means.
I got to mention, and it's all in good fun. I mean, Perez was cracking up about it. His wife, Ann Cole, took a picture of him floating in the pool.
Oh, my God. Tremendous.
It is one of the funniest. It looks like he's wearing a tan bathing suit. He has
pink. It's pink.
It's pink. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So the bathing suit, and we'll put the picture up. It looks like he's got a vagina. The way that it's shaped, and he was cracking up about it. I mean, does it not, Joe? Am I wrong?
Yeah, the mangina, claims started coming out.
Voice message back. He goes, "Oh boy, oh God, it is absolutely fucking."
He was very chill. I thought he was not going to be happy that you put that up on the net.
Yeah,
he's good like that.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
That's why he's a star. You got to be able to laugh at yourself sometimes.
You're absolutely right, man. And speaking of stars, dude, I just whenever Giuseppe comes on without a hat. Look at that hair, Mikey.
Will you stop?
Come on into the camera for us, Joseph. Look at that, man. That is volume. Like you come a little closer to the camera.
What do you mean come closer? I'm not a pet here. You know, just not a little child. What?
That, man. That is special.
Yeah.
That is so
Bear Down's eyes just lit up.
It really is. It really is.
I wonder if the top of his headset even touches like his skull. I don't think it does. It just rests on top of that coif.
It does.
Yo,
it's kind of like
you talk about a barber's dream, bro.
Yep.
You know what Q the barber would do with that?
Yeah. He's pretty skillful because he makes you look like you have like something really good up there.
I appreciate
like when you
that,
come
Joe.
out.
That's very nice.
No, he does a good job.
Thank you very much, Joe. I appreciate that.
He does cut
I'm trying to give Q some props, Bob.
He does a nice job. I pay him $70.
That's fucking insane.
$70.
But you know what?
He's painting hair on for you like Michelangelo.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, from what you said, Joe, that's not far off.
So what is his price? Beard and haircut fade is what, 55, and then you give him 15, or?
You know what? We never even got there. It just was 70 from the time that I sat down. I mean, it could be.
Is that with the tip?
With the tip.
Okay, so
it's not that bad.
No, it's not, because by me it's 45 and I give 60. It's 45.
I think if you do
because I tipped the guy 15. I mean, what am I supposed to give him?
That's a good tip.
That's a very good tip. I would give him 10, 12. Now if
12.
you, 30%.
I think you'd rather just have 10.
I would say that if you do the beard trim now, that's something I'm starting to do now. When I go in, I think it's
you have to. You have to.
You look so clean when you do that
so
beard
much
trim.
better.
It's a game changer to
you
the
have
point
to.
where like I messaged my barber today and I was like, "You're gonna be in before tomorrow before I go to Tahoe to get the beard trim," and they're all off. And today they were closed, and it's like I'm gonna have to try to do this myself now, and it's probably gonna get butchered.
Yeah, be careful.
You know what it does too? When you do it and you moving forward, like a week after when it's time to shave your beard, it aligns you. You know where you need to be going to where it kind of gives you, you know what I mean? It kind of gives you the guideline of where you need to be. And you know, the thing that I love about Q, that it's a big thing to have for a barber, knowing when there's time for dialogue and knowing just times just to rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm in the chair for an hour and it's a beautiful 10 minutes on, 15 minutes off, 10 minutes on, 15 minutes off. We talk after and I'm out of it. It's a beautiful thing. And it's big for a barber.
The same barber's been cutting my hair for 15 years. It's the same thing.
Wow.
Same thing. He just knows exactly what to say, what not to. That's it. I won't get my hair cut by anybody else.
Was he at your wedding, Mikey V?
No, he's not at my wedding.
I mean, Bob, it's a bar.
We had to draw a limit somewhere, Bob. We had to draw a limit somewhere. It was already a 300 guest list wedding, so it was, it was these weddings. You have to keep these weddings in check.
By the way, I do just want to say one more time because Joe's uncle got bit by the Euro wedding bug in regards to he was at a Europe wedding and he saw the same thing that I saw last week. Okay, the poor guy. It was 11 o'clock at night, and they haven't even ate yet.
You know what time they got their entrees at?
Crazy.
What time?
12:30.
Yeah, that's outrageous. That's outrageous. And I got to tell you again, if you're in the wedding, like I said on the last pod, if you're in the wedding, I think it's an acceptable reality that you're going to be there all day. It's an all day affair, morning to night, morning for breakfast, getting the pictures done, getting dressed with the guys. Girls, it's even worse because they got to get makeup, hair, all that bullshit.
Oh, God,
but for guys, I'm telling you, it's an all day affair. You just accept it. But if you're just a guest at a wedding and you got to sit through that, that's outrageous. I mean, that is outrageous. And especially if it's on like a holiday weekend. Like I saw neighbors at my new place because I was moving stuff over today at the new place. I saw my neighbors across the street and they were all dressed up and like not like barbecue dressed up, like tie and everything. They were like, "Yeah, we're going to a wedding." I was like, "On 4th of July." They're like, "Yeah, on 4th of July." And you could tell they were miserable about it. Like miserable. Yeah, bro. Like who the fuck wants to go to a wedding?
You know why they did that? They saved a lot of money.
They save a lot of money per plate. Of course they do. That's, and listen, I respect that. I get that. Like I'm not to weddings, especially in New Jersey, New York. I mean, I'm sure in California too, but New Jersey, New York weddings are outrageously overpriced as is. So if you could save, $50-$70 per plate, that's a big difference, especially if you got a big guest list. So I understand that, but if you get, thank God the weddings around here are not like in Europe, because that's just, I don't even know what I would do.
I wouldn't go. You couldn't bring the kids.
No, you can't bring the kids. Listen, I brought my kids to a wedding. It was, to put it lightly, it wasn't,
was Dom just running
it
wild?
Wasn't really enjoyable, and that's putting it very nicely. It's just, Dom is running wild, the baby's crying, G
Baby's very well behaved. I gotta say, G Baby's very well.
But she's still a baby, though. You know what I mean? Like she's still a baby.
She's like a little lady.
You gotta have eyes on target all the time with G Baby.
I would offer up to take care of G Baby. She's very good.
You would. She's a very well behaved baby.
In all seriousness, Bear Down. In all seriousness.
Yeah.
You and Holly have a night out that you have to go to. Okay? You got to go to it.
Yeah.
Cutsy just so happens to be in New Jersey.
Yeah.
All right. He has to babysit the kids. Be dead honest with me. Do you let him babysit the kids?
I think I'd be good with the kids.
Well, would you let him speak? Can he answer the question?
And I wouldn't charge him.
The answer would be yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely would.
I would. Yeah, I would, because I know that he would take it. There's one thing about Joe is Joe likes to have a great time. Joe is very much, puts his inhibitions to the wind when he's on his own time. But if he was really tasked with something, he's a taskmaster. So I feel like if he was really tasked with something and was asked to show up to task and do the job to task, I would trust in him that he's not going to do anything crazy. And also I feel like if things really went south, he could call me, we'd be able to. But I think, I would. Absolutely. I would. No hesitation.
I would treat it like the Super Bowl. I would take it very fucking seriously, Bob.
Yes.
I think you would.
That's a big responsibility. It really is.
Now, if it was just I think if it was just the baby, he would have a very easy time. But Dom, doing both of the kids, Dom is just
you gotta have your head on a swivel.
Dom's tough. But taking care of both of them, one person is very difficult. That's why all the credit in the world to my beautiful wife for watching it.
Holly is just built different.
Yeah, she really is. She really is. Yeah, I think Cutsy would give it everything that he had.
He would.
I would.
He would. He'd leave it all out on the field. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
And as soon as something didn't go according to script, I would be calling Bear Down immediately.
I might get a lot of phone calls. It would be a lot of phone calls.
I'd be curious.
But that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
We're on the horn all the time. Everyone knows that.
Oh, Bear Down, I got something for you. I mean, this to me,
oh, no.
Joe, it was one of the funniest. I mean, I think Jesus. Me and Joe were at dinner in Europe, last week. And since I've known Joe, he's talked about this Aloha Open that he's won. It's a golf tournament. The Yoloha Open. It's a golf tournament.
YOLO.
Because it was originated in Hawaii. We said it was Aloha, and I said it was the first ever, so it was a YOLO. So it turned into the Yoloha.
Got it.
So the Yoloha Open, and he always talks about this Open. So for as long as I've known Joe, I know that Joe won the Yoloha Open. Okay, and there is a picture of Joe holding the trophy.
Right.
And
good for you, Joe.
Thank you.
The way that he's just beaming ear to ear with just pride and just like classic. Check your phone. I just sent it up. We're gonna have Ticket put it up. Okay. I thought this was a tournament of 50 people. Okay. So look at him. Beaming with pride. So for the longest time I've known Joe, I thought he won this.
Standing in front of the big Rolex clock and everything.
Yeah, it looks like a legit, turns out
it is.
It's the Aloha Open is with him and two of his friends.
No,
it is with him. And
we take it very seriously, Bob.
Look at that picture. Look at the way
By the way, that trophy we get engraved.
The trophy is the size of your torso.
Yeah, that's the Hawaiian god of money. That's the. And we get
a Hawaiian god of money.
Cutsy,
we get engraved every year. Now here's the backdrop, which actually doesn't play into my favor. We had played 5.
He's wearing the classic Tiger. I'm sorry, Joe. He's wearing the classic Tiger Sunday red. I mean, Jesus. Don't tell me that red polo wasn't on purpose, Joe. Don't tell me that.
No, it was. It was.
Yeah, no shit, it was.
You think that there's 100? It's like the FedEx Cup with the amount of people.
You know what? You know what the worst thing is, Bear Down, and what Bob spared. I'll just say it is that was the 5th year that we had done it.
Okay.
And I had never won. So it had been, my friend had won twice. My other friend had won twice. I was the only one who had not won it. So when I won, it was like I was over the moon. I was very, very happy. And you know what? It's a pride thing.
You know, we do take it in the 2 fantasy leagues that I play in every single year for fantasy football. I mean, we do the champion customary does take a picture with the trophy. Yes. At the beginning of the draft for the next season every year. That is like, and they hold the trophy, but that is with 12 other people.
That's with 12 people.
Yeah.
It's 2 other people. And mind you, for as long as I've known Joe, I've known about the Aloha Open. And
that trophy is a serious
massive.
trophy.
Yes, and we get engraved every year. I'll show you the last time my buddy got engraved. Let me see if I have it here. Bears all sent it to me.
I was at the dinner table. I was cracking up. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was.
Now, does a new trophy get produced every year, Joe? Does it get engraved?
No,
the winner holds it for the year.
Yes.
Okay.
The winner holds it for the year, and every year that they win, they get engraved. Now the problem is with pandemic, the last couple of years we didn't do it. So this year will be the first year back that we're doing. Here's the picture. Let me show this to the Here's the picture. There's the engraving, and we do it on the side. So there's my name on the bottom.
Is that unbelievable?
It's the same name every year.
I was on the cold streak for the first few years. I'll tell you.
Listen, but you know what? It's I do believe it.
You do. It's so on brand. The way that he is beaming with pride, it's just classic Cuts, man.
I tell you what, great fit you had on, Joe. Like very official looking with the hat, the vest, the Sunday red. I mean,
nothing could have brought me down that day. I was on. I was really, really good.
Folks, we interrupt the Burnley Dumb Show to let you know that the Phantom of the Open is the outrageously true story of the world's worst golfer, no, not Bobby Fairways, Maurice Flitcroft. Maurice was a dreamer and an unrelenting optimist who managed to gain entry to the British Open Golf Championship, qualifying in 1976, and subsequently shot the worst round in Open history, becoming a folk hero in the process. Again, sounds a whole lot like Bobby Fairways. Golf Digest Cheers is the best golf movie ever made, starring Academy Award winner Mark Rylance and Academy Award nominee Sally Hawkins. The Phantom of the Open is now playing only in theaters, select cities everywhere this Friday. And Mike, by the way, with the 2 fantasy football leagues, with what we got coming now with Prize Picks, by the way, promo code the boys.
The boys
get you a free $100 matchup. You want to be riding with us, golf now, but you got to get in for football season. I think Mikey V is going to put together very special season. I really do. I actually would like you to drop one of the fantasy leagues to focus more on Prize Picks.
No, it's funny that you said that because I actually have this year, unfortunately, but I think it was a necessary step. The league that I've been running for the last 7 or 8 years, I concluded the league this year. I told all the guys, I was like, because you know what the thing is I've been in the same 3 fantasy leagues for probably 10 years, and pretty much the makeup of these leagues is 90% of the same guys in every league. It's just someone else is a different commissioner and it's someone else's league. So the league I commission, I finally said, you know what, this year I just can't do it. I said, I can't do it. I got too much going on. Work, the kids, the new house, the Prize Pick stuff, other things going on, the other fantasy leagues, football in general. It's just way too much. And I was like, I don't want the responsibility of a commissioner anymore because
That's a lot.
It's a lot, bro. We got into a big, huge nothing.
There's always people getting into it, fighting and arguing.
Oh, last year, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, we had a major and it was the whatchamacallit, the Saints quarterback, the tight end that converted to quarterback.
Yes.
Taysom Hill?
Yeah, Taysom Hill, when he was getting counted in ESPN League as a tight end, still when they knew he was going to start at quarterback, Dickie Gass and Mike Lodato got in. Yes. I mean, DJ Mike and Dickie Gass got into an argument about this, and DJ Mike threatened to leave the league in the middle of the season. So and, ridiculous. That would affect the integrity of the whole league. So I had to make a decision. But it's things like that like make the job absolutely horrible. There's no benefits of it, really. So now I'll just participate in 2 leagues. I show up for draft night. Everyone gets fucked up, has a good time on draft night. Fun. That's the best part of fantasy football anyway. We do the live drafts. We don't do it over the computer. We do all live drafts.
That's the way to
go to the live draft. You have a great time with your friends. It's an excuse to get out for the night. And then, you know what? I could manage lineups and I don't have any sense of responsibility. If my team stinks because I'm not watching the waiver wire appropriately, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have any responsibilities. This guy's making this move. This guy's making that move.
You know what's crazy to me? I was like, okay, when me and Joe were in Switzerland, Joe always talks about him living in Switzerland, but I never was able to really like think of or picture where he was living. With the time difference for Joe when he was living in Switzerland, the 1 o'clock games, I always say the 1 o'clock games is the first slate of games.
The first
LA,
window.
10 o'clock. The first set of games started 7 p.m., Joe?
Yeah, so 10 a.m. LA Pacific time would be 7 o'clock at night. So 7 o'clock would be the first slate of games. And the next slate, then the next slate would be at
11 o'clock at night.
10 o'clock, 10:30. It's 3 hours.
10, Sunday night football is a walk.
And then yeah, if Sunday night football is not the Packers, you're not watching, or unless it's like impacting your fantasy football league. I'll never forget the worst experience I ever had was the fucking Fail Mary on a Monday night watching
the
that.
Seattle
And I had to go to class. I had to go to class almost right after that game ended, after all the fucking, because it was such a long delay and stuff. I took my laptop. I was so pissed, and I hurled it across the fucking room up against the wall.
That was the replacement referee year, right?
The worst call to this day that I have ever witnessed with my own eyes was just bad. Horrific. But you know, get back on the fantasy thing. I maybe not this year because of everything Mikey V has, but in the future, I'd love to do a fantasy league with us.
Oh, we should.
Like me.
I talked to Ticket.
Bear Down.
I think
Tickets.
it would be good. Yeah.
I mean, we could do like even like an 8-man league. I think would be really fucking.
You and Ticket already had this dialogue, Mikey V?
Yeah, Ticket brought it up to me, and I said it would be very good, but I'm not going to commission the league though. If Ticket wants to commission the league, absolutely, I would be involved. I think it'd be good for the brand. I think it would be fun. We could do some type of live draft over like an IG live or a YouTube live or something. I think people would get a kick out of it. I think.
I do.
I do.
Yeah, we got to get Fat Perez in there. You could
yeah.
I'll tell you though, man.
You get the jet.
You get the jet in there for sure. The time difference for me was crazy. Even the Yankee games, you wake up, okay? I had to wake up to find out what happened with the Yankees. The Yankees would start at 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's awful.
I never knew what day it was.
I would never watch Monday Night Football ever. I would never watch it. Even if my team was playing in it, I would never watch. It's too late.
And by the way, I am still not. Now, mind you, I haven't really committed to it. I've just kind of let the wind, go as it takes me. With the Europe times, I am now, when I've been back 5-6 days or whatever, I fall asleep at 8 o'clock at night here, and I'm up at 4 a.m.
It's ridiculous.
I can't.
You gotta adjust. Bob doesn't adjust well with Europe stuff. And
are you fully adjusted already, Joe? You're back on draft.
I'm back. It took me one day. I'm back. I did it so many times. Well, no, in all honesty, like I was doing it throughout. For 3 years, I lived there almost, and I just kind of learned like you have to force yourself into that time slate. So you need to stay up late when you're going over there and just force it. And same thing, vice versa. You need to put yourself into the proper time zone you were in, and if that means going to bed at like 3 a.m, your regular time, then you got to do that, and then that'll be the best way to go about it. But
I haven't tried. I've just kind of when I'm ready for bed, I just go to bed. And then, this morning I was like, holy shit, I got to get out of this way. I got to change things up.
I wish you could see this guy in Europe, Bear Down. You would have.
It had to be. It had to be.
It was just.
It had to be something.
It was like. I will say this, and I'm not. And Bob, I think you agree. Like, kudos to me because I don't know how Bob would have been because he followed me like I was a seeing eye dog.
Oh, that's correct. That's correct.
And I will say I procrastinated planning the trip till very late, but. It was planned beautifully. It was very well orchestrated. Everything
minus the flights, obviously.
Well, I can't control that. The American Airlines could go screw themselves. But I will say that watching Bob in Europe to the point where it's like he would do things that just you don't do there. So like we went to Milan the one day we got there and we had some downtime. He said, I want to go to the gym. There was a gym nearby that he wanted to go to. And so I said, listen, I got to take a nap.
Dangerous.
He goes to the gym and I don't hear from him for a few hours. We're supposed to go for dinner that night. And I call him. I say, Bob, you okay? Like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, I got into it. I was like, what do you mean you got it? He's like, I got into it with an Italian guy at the gym. I'm thinking like, oh my God, here we go. Like, this is why I didn't want to let him go by himself to the fire. I was like, I should have been there. I said, what the fuck did you do? He goes, I went in the sauna with my shoes on. I was like, so what's wrong? He's like, this guy got pissed at me and I fucking clapped back at him. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what I was like, Bob, is this an old guy? Is he young? Bob, am I wrong? Like hear what he said to this old guy. The old guy told him, he said, no shoes in the sauna or whatever, like in Italian. And I think it's actually a fair point. And Bob goes, okay. And the guy, he goes, I'm going. The guy starts getting back at him. He goes, no, shoes. You take your shoes. He goes, Bob looks at him from what he tells me. He goes, all right, I get it, but you're out of line. The Italian guy probably had no fucking idea what he even meant by that. So the Italian guy thinks he's swearing at him and starts fucking going off out of him. Bob goes, all right, but you're out of line. And it's like, what in God's, do you think that this old Italian guy knows the phrase, you're out of line?
I know.
So he thinks that Bob's swearing at him, and it pisses him off even more.
When Joe started laughing at me, I didn't realize that, first off, the guy spoke no English. So for me to say you're out of line, it's like, even if he spoke a little bit of English, that's such like a New Jersey thing to say. You know what I mean? But by the way, I'm one of the most least confrontational people.
You are.
I walked into the sauna and this guy just started going at me. And so I just kind of put my hands up and I said, okay. I said, I get it. I said, but you're out of line. The guy looked at me.
Did you give him the pointer? You gave him Bobby pointer?
If you point in Italian, that's a no.
He got up. Yeah, he got up and he said no. And then he started screaming.
Yeah, you don't point at an old
now
Italian
he was naked, I imagine, right? Fully naked. That's how they roll over there.
There's
no towels, so he was like, yeah.
Meanwhile, I had shorts on and
I'm sure. I am sure. Fully clothed against the naked old Italian man. Yeah.
Folks, we need to interrupt the Real and the Dumb show to let you know about the one, the only, the AG1 coming out of the boys and girls from Athletic Greens. You talk about something that I'm taking every goddamn day. You're talking about AG1 from Athletic Greens. Pop AG1 into a strawberry banana smoothie every morning the way that Bob does, and then you could go ahead and thank me later. With one delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, and more. Start the day right. It gives me a little bit of a pep to my step, keeps me healthy, keeps me clean, and most importantly for me, supports gut health. With the way that I eat, Lord knows that I need it. AG1 as well is a small micro habit with big benefits. It's one thing you can do every single day to take great care of yourself. Your subscription with Athletic Greens comes with a year's supply of vitamin D, which is so important to add in these winter months or even southern months where we get some sunlight and we don't get as much sunlight. Regardless of when you're taking it, rain, shine, or snow, Athletic Greens is a no-brainer. Now, to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/dumb. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/dumb to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. You heard it here first. Pop their AG1 into a strawberry banana smoothie 5-6 days a week. You can thank me later. Me and Joe had a blast. We really did. And I needed to leave the country and explore. You know, you guys always busted my balls about never seeing anything. And you were right. I mean, to not leave the country is crazy. So I needed to see something. And we had a ball. I mean, we really had a lot of fun. The Italian food is just unbelievable and everything. With that being said,
look great.
I love America. I really do.
There's nothing like it.
It's
America's
right
the
up
best.
my alley, you know. And then July 4th comes, which it is. Happy July 4th. I appreciate it so much. And that's nothing against the other countries.
No.
But America is right up my alley.
America, the beautiful America that's why it's the greatest country in the world. And that's not a knock on, any other country, but it really, I have the same way. I mean, I was in some of the greatest, nicest countries, and you still have that, like, I want to go back. I want to get back home. I want to get back to America. Just things are it's much better. Now, speaking of wanting to see things, I got to put the heat on Bob just for a quick second. Just for a quick second. Now, Joe, we put up that post this morning for 4th of July from a famous movie with Will Smith, Bill Pullman, that revolves around aliens. And I think everybody in our age bracket would know what movie that is automatically. I mean, this is a well-known blockbuster film.
At what point are you going to realize? I keep telling you, the man does not know.
This is a blockbuster film, and I'm talking, of course, about
You didn't know Shawshank Redemption up until a year ago.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
That's fine, but I feel like Independence Day, especially our age bracket, and even though Bob's a little younger, still it's right in the wheelhouse of our age bracket. And that movie was like the quintessential, it was like an alien movie. It was like probably like the biggest alien movie that come out since the movie Alien, which was in 70s.
Or E.T.
E.T., right? And then Independence Day is like right after that.
E.T.,
and I put the post up and Bob laughs at it. But like I could tell immediately, I'm like, I don't think he knows what this is. But I really couldn't believe that. Like there was no way. I just couldn't believe it. And Joe is telling me, oh no, believe it. I bet you he doesn't know what this is.
I don't give him the benefit of the doubt anymore.
Come to pass, Bob, you really didn't know the movie Independence Day. Is that correct?
No, bro. There's so many that we've ran by that, like I'll tell you this. You know what was really embarrassing?
My mind, Bob.
Because I know of the movie, but obviously I know of the movie, but like I couldn't tell you characters. I couldn't tell you.
Well, you never seen it.
No. Well, but I'm saying we were at the wedding and they came in with the baby. They just had like a newborn baby and they played the Lion King music.
You didn't know what was going on.
They
lifted the baby like the Savannah, and I was like, Bob, isn't that hysterical? And he goes, what are they doing? I'm like, they're doing the Lion King. It
has to be very.
And they're holding the baby up. They're holding the baby up, and Bob's like, why are they playing the African music? I'm like, Bob, it's from the Lion King. I was like, you've seen the Lion King? Haven't you? He's like, yeah, I'm not on that one.
I was eating.
Like, not on that one. It's probably the most classic Disney film, one of the top 5.
I know of it. I know Lion King, but I couldn't.
Of course, you know of it, but to not even.
I don't think it's possible to be alive at our age and not know of it.
He didn't even know the song and of like the holding Simba up. This is a man that's going into the entertainment industry.
Growing up, like, what were you watching?
30 for 30.
I'll be honest with you.
That's fine, but movie-wise.
It was ESPN, and then the morning I would watch Yankees Encore. I would watch the rerun of the Yankees. My brother would make fun of me all the time. I would watch Yankees Encore, watch the rerun of which was so sick. But you know, my parents always told me that I just couldn't sit still. They couldn't get me to sit still.
Yeah,
like I just wouldn't, you know, I just
very fidgety.
Yeah. I mean, fidgety. I don't like the word fidgety, you know?
All right. Well, you have a lack of attention span, then,
fidgety.
Bob.
It's like I got medical issues. You know what I mean? Not fidgety.
No, I think fidgety is a good word.
I guess so. Maybe. I mean, look. Yeah.
Look,
I'm
not to know the Lion King. I can't.
Lion King is even worse than Independence Day.
It's even worse than Independence Day.
It's a lot worse. So, like, you never watched like any of the Disney classics growing up, like Cinderella.
I watched Miracle.
But like, you never saw Cinderella?
No, I bet you
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
No, Little Mermaid probably no. Definitely not Pocahontas. I guarantee you, he's never watched
Bambi,
Pinocchio.
No,
come on.
Now, mind you, I might have seen it when I was a kid, but I don't remember it. Okay. You know, like I couldn't tell you what it was about.
Yeah, I got it.
Toy Story.
Right. Toy Story, I like. That's a good movie.
Okay, if you didn't watch Toy Story. See how excited he was when he finally had one that he had seen? He perked up like nobody.
Toy Story, that's a good one.
Or Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, that's fucking great.
I mean, I'd love to move on if you guys are ready.
Yeah, no problem. That's all right. I'm going to put you on the hot seat for 1 second.
Yeah. By the way, I mean, look, here's the bottom line. I've been taking some L's. The Ventuccini.
Ventuccini worked out very well.
Of course.
Well, for Luna.
Let me tell you something,
yes.
Mickey B. For Luna.
Did they actually sell out of the Ventuccini?
I don't know. But I got to tell you, I was there in person. It was on the menu. I asked the waiter about it.
See that on the menu.
Lou messaged the group chat. He said, Bob, we're out of Ventuccini. For those who don't know, Lou, Bear Down's friend, owns an Italian restaurant in Jersey. Shout out Luna's Woodfire Tavern. And he put, after the whole Ventuccini debacle yesterday, he put Ventuccini a la Bobby on the menu. And the balls for him to do that, in the sense that so many people probably, obviously not everybody there listens to the Brilliant Up Show. So many people are like, this guy's an idiot. He spelled Ventuccini wrong. You know what I mean?
Well, he did put
underneath he
the
put the
description.
fettuccine
He had the correct.
Yeah, I
spelling
saw
of it.
that. I know, but there had to be
confusion.
But good
there
for
had
Lou,
to be
'cause
confusion.
He didn't give a shit.
No, he
The
doesn't.
server
worked
seemed
out.
right on top of it too. He just said that's a fettuccine noodle with a charred, grilled chicken
I mean,
on top.
look, yeah, it's an L. That was a big L. I had that L. The Lion King L, and then the post I did yesterday where I called Emerald.
Oh God!
Getting
like he's a precious
stretch.
stone.
Yeah, I had a. Can we get into the fucking top 5?
Sure, man.
Can we?
You brought up the L's. I wasn't going to go into a historic deep dive.
Well,
I wasn't looking to go down the rabbit hole. I was just mentioning the movie thing. It just boggles my mind.
You've got to be able to wear your L's.
Yeah,
you do.
I
You
agree.
absolutely do. Fat Perez took an L yesterday. Giuseppe, Lord knows Giuseppe's had his fair share of L's.
Now you see, you say that's an L for Perez. I think I think he conceives that as a W, and I'm not so sure I disagree with him.
Well, especially for the extra community, he's a representative of all the other people out there.
He is the representative of the people, period.
Yes, he is.
I mean, I can't. I'm gonna have to take a put up that is just
a great picture.
Just absolutely
one of the greatest
tremendous.
things ever.
All right, gentlemen. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to be doing, and I think it's only right. Here we are, 4th of July. These folks are listening to it on the 5th, but we are going to be doing top 5 July 4th foods. Okay. Now that could be a side, and I think we all agree that that could be a side.
Has to be able to be a side, yeah.
Yep, be an entree as well. And I'm actually gonna have Mikey V start us off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I could have went with like an all meat top 5, to be honest, entree style, but I did mix it up sides and so I'll start at 5. Give me baked beans. I think baked beans are one of the best sides with the bacon, that like thick molasses or whatever, brown sugar. Just baked beans, just put it on the side of the plate and give me a big old scoop of that. I'll take that any day of the week. Baked beans at 5. Number 4, give me some Jersey corn on the cob. I love a good piece of corn on the cob on the grill. Wrap it in foil when it's coated in butter. Let it sit on that grill, especially if it's the white corn, which is very, very hard to find these days. I don't see it anywhere anymore. The all white corn, sweet like sugar. Give me corn on the cob at 4. Number 3, pasta salad. Mm-hmm. Pasta salad, so many variations, so versatile. It could go any which direction. You could have it, your style. I don't mind the style with like the store-bought cookie cutter mayo. Like, I don't mind that at all. I could eat that, or I could go with the homemade version, the balsamic, the mozzarella balls, the tomato slices, the red onion. There's so many different directions I could go. Give me pasta salad at 3. Number 2, give me the glizzy. I'll take the hot dog. I love it. I love a hot dog, bro. Mm-hmm. Thumans, preferably. Got to be a Thumans hot dog. Preferably. I love Thumans. Thumans is the best. Thumans is the best hot dog by my estimation. I mean, I think Thumans is doesn't taste like your regular dirty water dog. The Thumans is like a gourmet dog.
Can you be honest with me for a second?
Yeah.
In all seriousness, have you ever reached out to Thumans for a brand deal?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No. Maybe no, but I tell you what, maybe that'll come to fruition after this, and it would be fantastic because I do love the Thumans dog. The best crisp. Those dogs that are like, the bigger dogs, like they get that real crispy skin. The best.
As if
never
we're
heard of
all
that
supposed to know Thumans.
I think a lot. I think you'll see when this goes up. A lot of people will know Thumans, and if you do know Thumans, comment in the comments that you know.
Voice of the voiceless.
The voice of the
I'm just
voiceless.
saying, that's all.
Back to his old ways.
And then
old habits die hard.
Bleeding for some votes.
And then the top dog has to be the hamburger, cheeseburger, whatever you want to do with it. I think you cannot go to a barbecue. I don't think I've ever been to a barbecue on a 4th of July where there's no hamburgers or hot dogs, but hamburger just is the classic American pickles, ketchup, lettuce, American cheese. Nothing screams patriot more than a big fat fucking cheeseburger on the grill coming hot off the grill. I got to go burger number 1. Slight edge over the dog. I am a huge dog guy. I love a good hot dog. But
that's
burger
a pretty good list
1.
there, Bear Down.
I was going to go ahead. I could take the 2 slot here, but I was going to check to see if you had any issues with it. I don't. I think it's a really.
I think it's a very good list from top to bottom.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to take it away here. Yeah, Bear Down. I like that a lot. Number 5 for me. I love the baked beans play. I think you got to have, and you know what? I don't have baked beans a ton. If I'm at like a good barbecue place or whatnot, July 4th. The baked beans have got to be there. Bear Down, you said it best with the bacon. It's sweet. Give me that at 5. Number 4, and I think it's key, absolutely key, is the pasta salad. The thing that I like about the pasta salad, you could have it pre, and then you could pick at it after when you're really getting hammered. You could pick at it as well to kind of feed you up. And then number 3 is going to be an item that I think Joe mentioned a few episodes ago. And since he did, I've been going to Trader Joe's and getting so much of it. I got it in the fridge now. It is a summer food like you wouldn't believe. Give me watermelon at 3. Having watermelon there is just next level. Now, I get the hot dog thing. I think it's so iconic for 4th of July, so I would never knock it. I'm not a huge hot dog guy. And to be honest with you, ever since me and Joe did the 18 hot dog challenge,
that could turn
I haven't had a hot dog since, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. So I can't even put the hot dog there. Number 2, I actually went with ribs.
Ribs are good.
Ribs all day long. Hard to fuck those things up. I got ribs at 2. That's really all I have to say about that. And then number 1, Mikey V. Right with you there, pal. Give me the hamburger at 1. Iconic, whether it's July 4th or not, or McDonald's, it don't matter. Hamburgers are hamburgers, and they belong on the throne. We send it over to Giuseppe D.
All right. I think we're going to have a similar list. Number 5, I'm going to do something that you guys didn't put on. I do like the pasta salad plate. I'm going to go with potato salad at number 5. I just like the consistency, the texture. I think it's a really good thing you could put a little dollop on your plate. You don't have to commit, but it's a very good side. So give me that at 5. At number 4, I'm going to go with the corn on the cob. I think that's just a solid play all around. And I'm a big side guy. Like, I like to have my one piece of protein, but I like to have a culmination of sides that surround it. So give me the corn on the cob at 4. At 3, Bob, the watermelon play was phenomenal. I thought I was going to be the only one who did it. Watermelon at 3 for me is as well. I think it's just so good. And you know what? Some people will even now, they've become very innovative. They put like vodka in it. They make like a watermelon vodka bowl and all this fun shit.
I mean, that's a different story there.
You know what you said too about the watermelon? That's so true. Is you want it to be soft. You know how when you get some of that hard stuff, you kind of want to stay away.
I like the more firm. I like the firm.
Oh, you like the more firm?
I like the closer you get to the rind, it gets a little bit more firm. I like that.
You like the firm part?
I don't like it when it's too mushy. It's soft is okay, but if it's too
I like
mushy,
it soft.
Yeah. Well, we would do well together. We would be able to crush a watermelon, no problem. You take the soft, I'll take the hard. At number,
that's what she said.
That just didn't come. I saw it as it was happening. I think me and Mikey.
Everything went in slow motion. Like, no, don't say. Too late.
You're doing great, Giuseppe D. You're doing great.
The list so far
is doing a really good job. Come on,
you guys have some obsession with watermelon, but that aside, I think
a lot of people like watermelon. It's just
people love watermelon. People love watermelon. The sick part is I love watermelon beverages. The High Noon watermelon, the White Claw watermelon. That's my favorite by far. But I'm just not a huge.
You ever done a watermelon margarita?
No. I can't say that.
That is a game
changer. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure
it's a game changer.
I was going to say, you guys would do good on a watermelon margarita. You take the soft, he takes the hard.
All right. Well, you shut the fuck up. All right. Number 2 here.
Salty rim.
I'm going to go with smoked brisket. I fucking love like a good smoked brisket. Now, the problem is not a lot of people commit to it. So it's I'm going to do a sidebar, okay? We're moving the brisket to honorable mention.
Oh,
and we're gonna
wait a minute. Wait a minute, Joe. No, Joe.
Well, no, because as I was finishing my thought, I was saying that, like,
you thought about it.
No.
Well, no, but here's the thing is I think it's
to your favorites, Joseph.
It is my favorite, but I'm thinking I'm going to get torched because not a lot of people do it.
That's part of the game, though, Joe. I mean, I said tomato on top 5 fruits. I stick to it every single day.
Okay, then I'm going to stick with it.
Oh, now he's going back.
I'll stick with it then. I was gonna say, like, okay, I'll stick with it. Smoked brisket is unbelievable. You'll get some support. It's not the most popular, but it's what I like. I don't give a shit what the popular vote is.
That's what this is about.
You know what? Then maybe you should change it to honorable mention.
What?
Maybe you should change it to honorable
He's
mention.
being a douchebag right now. I don't know what the hell's up his spine. You're out of line. All right, number one, I'm gonna go with the cheeseburger. I think cheeseburgers. I mean, it's hard to go against it. And again, a lot of people are gonna say, you didn't put hot dog or wiener or sausage or whatever you want to call it, but like, will you guys stop with the phallic fucking references? For the love of God, what are we, 5 years old?
Wiener.
Whatever. What you
Just a
Oh,
bizarre word.
No, we
You
were
heard
actually
about
Bizarre
it.
word though, Joe. Wiener.
No, I know that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary.
My point is that the hot dog is good, but I just think it's
Yeah.
I think it's I think it's overvalued, if I'm being honest. It's like it's I don't know. I don't get jazzed up about
You
it.
never had a fucking Thumans, I don't think. That's
Well,
I mean,
apparently
the
not. Maybe
Thumans-
if that's the
The
case,
Thumans,
the
is the
Thumans
most-
could be the game changer.
I'm telling you. Thumans.
It's like Thumans is like Doritos. Like
I
everybody knows.
cannot
what
wait.
Thumans is.
I cannot wait to
Frito-Lay
see the
is now working
comments.
with Thumans.
Okay. The comment section will be flooded with Thumans. In fact, if we could get the graphic for the hot dog, a Thumans graphic, because specific centric.
Poor
to the
Ticket's got his work cut out. Now he's got to
Yeah,
find.
but he's good though. He thrives under the pressure.
does.
He
He does.
really
He
fucking does.
He really does.
All right, honorable mentions, boys.
Honorable
Oh.
mentions. I'll go with
Wait.
ribs.
Did you get?
He-
Did you get your
he
one
finished.
though, Joe?
He did cheeseburger. Bob.
cheeseburger.
Oh,
is my
okay.
number one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do ribs for my honorable mention. I think good thing of ribs is you can't go wrong with.
Mikey V.
You know what? I'm gonna go with coleslaw. I
That's a
think
good
like
one.
a homemade coleslaw, or you slap that sucker on like a pulled pork sandwich. Like I was kind of going back and forth between pulled pork or coleslaw, but let's just assume something like that. Even coleslaw on a burger, bro. Coleslaw is just fucking. If
It
it's
is good.
right, if it's right, it's fucking right, and I love it.
If it's
Yeah.
wrong, it's really wrong.
Yes, true, Joe. That's
See,
why it's an honorable mention and it's not in the 5. But I love me some coleslaw.
I think potato salad is more iconic for July 4th, but I think coleslaw is better. But my honorable mention that we didn't say, barbecue chicken,
I love barbecue chicken.
I think has
Yeah.
to be thrown on there. That's a big
Yeah,
4th of
it's a good
July
play.
thing.
I feel like that's a
Um,
side piece you just put on the plate at the end just to kind of round it out.
The only
Yeah.
problem with chicken is like I just worry about who cooks it, because if you overcook chicken, it's almost inedible if they overcook
And
it.
you
They got
can't
too much
undercook
going
it.
on. No, you can't. You got to nail it. And if you got a lot going on, it's not easy to nail chicken
No.
on. It's not. But
far
I
from
do
easy.
love barbecue chicken, the sauce, everything. I do love that call, Bob. So I'm with that.
All right, gentlemen. Well, happy 4th to you boys. Have
God bless
yourself a
America.
damn good week. I love you boys, and I appreciate you boys. And to the followers, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. This has been another edition of the Brilliantly Dumb Show. Till next time.